friends and family, and what better way to do that than with my friends at Zero Res? If you've never had Zero Res over at your home, take it from us. Zero Res was just out at the station to clean our carpets this past month. They're great to work with. Our carpets look great, and they even got some spots out that we didn't think would come out. They were on-time, professional, and we loved working with them, and the station looks great. So if you're looking for help getting your home into holiday shape, give our friends at Zero Res a call at 9520-RES or go to ZeroResMinnesota.com. This month, get 3 rooms Zero Resified starting at just $129 and take $75 off of an air duct cleaning. That's ZeroResMinnesota.com or call 9520-RES and ask for the AM 950 special. The holidays are coming soon, so don't wait and book now.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Brett Johnson. Look for cloudy skies tonight with a low around 4, Saturday cloudy with a high near 20, and Sunday partly sunny with a high around 31. Thanks for supporting AM 950. To show our appreciation, we're offering the 2025 AM 950 calendar with Matt McNeil's photos and progressive history. Donate $10 monthly or $30 one time to get it, or include Tom Hartman's signed book with $25 monthly or $100 one time. Learn more at am950radio.com.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host, guest, random reptoid, or chupacabra may not necessarily reflect those of AM 950 Radio, its affiliates, or its sponsors. Now, it's time to step into the unknown. There are things people experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in the corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us. Share your story, share your experience, because this isn't just your story, this is our story. This is GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun.
Casual Friday. Casual Friday. Casual Friday on GhostBox Radio.
And this is GhostBox Radio on AM 950, where every night we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. It is indeed Casual Friday. We made it to the end of the week, hopefully with, all of our limbs still intact and that no casualties or anything like that. And, we'll get into what Casual Friday means to all of us in a second. This is the last new live episode of GhostBox Radio for 2024. I'm sad, but we will be back on January 6th, 2025 with new episodes. Now, starting this Monday for the next 2 weeks, we're going to be playing the best of GhostBox Radio episodes where each segment is a different excerpt from a different episode. And we're going to be posting the schedule on all social media pages so you can know who's going to be played over the next few weeks. But just know it's only going to be played on AM 950 Radio Live. It's not going to be podcasted. Also, it's not going to be on any video channels. This is, and you should probably be very happy about it. It's the last you'll see of me for the next couple weeks. So we have that going on here. Over in Prairie tonight, we have Adam running the board. How are you doing tonight?
Well, up until a few minutes ago, I was doing fine, but now I'm kind of frazzed.
Yeah, I mean, you're screwing up the board right and left over there. I don't know what's happening.
That was not me. I can tell you that right now. There was just an angry text sent. Trust me.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've been good, man. I'm still think Christmas is too soon. Probably needs to be pushed back about a week or two so I can finish what I need to do.
Well, I'll tell you, it's the same day every year. I don't know what.
Just like 4th of July, it always creeps up on me. It's like I never know when it's going to happen.
Right, 4th of July. Why can't that be on like the 7th or 8th?
Yeah, no kidding. Or a Saturday in general.
Just every Saturday. It's kind of like Thanksgiving, where it's every, it's going to always be a Thursday, But here's the thing: for those who are getting there's a lot of companies that close during the holidays between Christmas and New Year's because it kind of falls. I mean, Christmas itself falls on a Wednesday. That may be very good for a lot of companies that have that break for the employees, that they're actually going to be able to have just more, almost like 2 weeks. You know, it's not us. I mean, we're not doing a show, but it doesn't mean we're not doing stuff over here, right? I mean,
No, I know I'll be on the station at least a couple of times next week and a couple of times the week after that too, because I'm training on a new position over here. So yeah, I'm going to be here. I may not see your lovely face, but I know I'm going to be here.
yeah, I'll be in Monday. Got some stuff to do, and obviously not Tuesday or Wednesday. Well, we'll see. You never know. Maybe I'll just do my own pirate radio show, like take off take off McNeil at 3, and it's just like pirate radio, GhostBox radio. I don't know. You never know. I mean, anything can happen, right? I know how to do it. That's the great part about it. I know how to do it. So
you could be the Krampus of AM 950.
Yeah, that's right. There you go. So a couple things I want to talk about here. I mean, we got a jam-packed day here at Casual Friday, but Casual Friday also means, don't forget, my friends, something on your mind. You want to talk about it? Please give us a call. 952-946-6205. 952-946-6205. That being said, also go ahead and put in the comments if there's something on your mind. We also have a question of the week, and this week, and didn't get a ton of answers, but we got some good ones. And I didn't read yours because I know we'll talk about it. Well, I just know.
Oh, you're talking to me. I thought you were talking to the audience in general. It's like I never read them, but
no, I read all of them. I just didn't read the one lonely one on the GhostBox Radio Facebook page, which was yours actually.
Oh, yay! I'm the one and only. So I could have been like the old school BBSs and put first, and actually would have been first.
Right. That's always fun. So let's see here. Where was I here with that? So the question of the week is this: what was the best Christmas gift you ever received and why? I know it's a very vanilla question, but whether it was something material or something unique, we want to know the reason why that gift or gesture meant so much to you. And first of all, if people are putting stuff in that's material, I don't want to hear people be like, oh, it's material stuff. That's important. And I'll tell you, I think to myself, just like when I was like 4 or 5, and it was just, so beautiful to, enjoy it. And, as your kid, hopefully you didn't have anything on your mind. Family circumstances are different between families. I understand that. I was raised in a very positive family group here. And so being 4 and Christmas was just magical. Star Wars just came out. Unfortunately, so did the holiday special. But we tend to overlook. Even as a 4-year-old, I saw the holiday special. I'm just like, whoa, okay, yikes, But I just remember, and I remember getting some really cool gifts. And what I remember the most, though, is just the feel of how special it was and how special my mom would make that stuff for me. And that's the stuff that I was thinking about it earlier today, and there's just something really nice about having that time, because it doesn't last. The time of like not even thinking that you ever have to pay a bill, or that your family will ever be any different than it is at that moment. That there's going to be a time, and you and I both have had to deal with this with parental loss, and that it's just really that's just a wonderful moment. And so whatever you all find to be important to you, I'd really like to know that, and keep it light. I saw someone post something a little bit earlier about something a little bit darker, and it's like, you know what, I just want to have us have a nice evening here, not worry. We could talk about demons and stuff another day, but tonight we're talking about Christmas gifts. But you know what else we're talking about? We're talking about drones, right?
More and more drones. This is so fantastic, honestly.
It is.
Seeing all this drone footage. I mean, whatever comes of it, I'm honestly glad I experienced this.
There's I said in Myth or Mystery last night, I think that this is a great time to be alive because of it. I really do. And so one of the things that I want to do for people is, first of all, if you haven't watched or listened to our last Friday, Casual Friday, we had a great conversation about it. In fact, we also had a listener who actually that day was recording video of drones above her house. She kindly allowed us to share it on the show. So that's why you want to go and watch the video version of it at GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun on Facebook, because it's very interesting. Then you can, and if anyone has any more to say, or if you have footage that you want to share, give us a call, 952-946-6205. Monday, we did an episode with author Tom Conwell, and he's also an experiencer with aliens and gets messages from them. And he had a lot of interesting things to say about what he thought it was. And then last night, I really do recommend you go over, check out our Myth or Mystery. And you can find that on GhostBox Radio with Greg Bach and Facebook as well. Miriam channeled aliens, plus her and Harlow put together this absolutely incredible 7-minute video of what we know about the drone so far, taking lots of different information from different sources, including like people on TikTok that worked in the military, news reports, all of this stuff. And it's longer, but it's well worth looking at. And I recommend to anyone who's interested in this, giving it a look, because it's truly something else. And I was really impressed with that. And before the show, Adam, you and I were talking. You were listening to our Monday show just prior to tonight, and you heard some stuff that you liked.
Yeah, what I particularly enjoyed about that one is something you had brought up, and you also brought it up, our Myth or Mystery.
Yep.
But, everyone's talking about Ascension and the drones, but you brought up a point about the rapture.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a good theory. I know a lot of people are like, they don't either A, want to hear it, or two, don't agree with it. But historically looking at it, especially historically looking at it through like an art aspect, if you look at some of the older paintings when the Catholic Church was first really starting to form with the Vatican, a lot of those early paintings, what is depicted in the sky looks very similar to the pictures that a lot of these folks have taken with like the real zoom in cameras. And to me, there is a correlation between the way these drones or orbs look in the sky and what the paintings were from 1500 or so years ago, if not more.
If absolutely. And so why that's also interesting is Ryan brought that up in his analysis as well. And so that those early orbs that, and what they're describing, those were the original descriptions for angels.
Mm-hmm.
So you have that. And then with just the rough theory that I have, and for those who hadn't listened, the theory was this. It basically, first of all, going back to the Old Testament of the Bible, it was never written down. It was something that was communicated verbally from person to person over the course of time, until it finally was written down. And the idea about the rapture, I theorize that this could be an interesting game of telephone, where maybe some sort of alien influence way back then created the basis for what became the rapture, by them explaining to someone back then that at some point in time, you're going to have the frequency high enough that you're going to be able to accept us. And then we're going to then take you to your next level, your next plane of existence, which is what ascension is. And the idea here is that over time, with the religious overtones attached to it, as so much has been in the course of the Bible, which ends up being a lot of like, if you don't do this, this happens sort of thing, that it became, instead of ascension as something beautiful, something that we can work towards, it could be like, if you're not good, you're going to be left behind when all the good people are taken away. And so that is a theory I have, that ascension was foretold to the human race so long ago, but it just mutated over time, as often things do, and that is what it is. And it's interesting because you're kind of the only person, Adam, who's actually said that this is actually an interesting theory, because I've said it to Nancy Thames on the program, and she just didn't get it. I said it to Tom Conwell, if you listen Monday, and he's taking it too literally, like, well, no, I don't think that aliens mentioned the rapture. I was like, that's not what I'm saying, and maybe I'm not explaining it clearly enough. And I also brought it up on Myth or Mystery last night. It's kind of like I keep saying it. Maybe somebody someday will be like, oh, that might work. But I said on Myth or Mystery, and I don't think that Miriam even understood it as well either. So but it's something I'm holding on to, because I do know that, if I've learned anything from watching Doctor Who, is that things can kind of get misunderstood over the course of hundreds and thousands of years. And why couldn't this be one of them?
Absolutely. An oral history being translated from one language to another and then written down. Different words in different places and at different times have meant completely different things. So for us to be in 2024 saying this is this, and that is that, from something that was thousands of years ago. I'm even predating the Bible here, from some of the histories that we have, like the Egyptians, other cultures like that. A lot of those stories got changed by what you essentially said, a giant game of telephone.
Totally. And that's just it. It's like, if you actually really think, and of course, if you talk to not religious scholars, but people who, and I'm trying to be very careful because I'm not trying to pick on any religion, but if you talk to, say, I'm going to say it, like a priest or something like that, and some will be like, yeah, no, not one word has been misconstrued over the course of time, which is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous to think that that's the case. As you say, it's an oral history. Exactly. So, and I think we should be allowed allowances for that. Doesn't mean that the message is any less clear. It's just more of that. This is what I think it is. Doesn't mean that people shouldn't be good. But it's just also trying to find, because I think, it's more and more, I feel like that we're trying to find where the alien influence is, because, on the show Monday, Tom Conwell said that, we're in the era of disclosure. Like, this isn't something that they suddenly show up, at a White House press briefing, and that's what it's done. Everything that's been happening here is to temper us, to get us ready for this disclosure. And I asked Tom, does it even go back as far as like, say, either Betty or Barney Hill, what they experienced, or does it even go further back to Roswell? And he certainly was like, I wouldn't be surprised. So yes, that's just, am I right? I don't know. It's a theory. It was something we probably will never know for sure, but it just seems to make sense to me.
I agree with you 100% on that.
And Mandy, who's always has impeccable taste, she says, I absolutely agree. I believe that has happened with a lot of what's in the Bible. And folks, please know, I'm not saying that because of that the Bible is either irrelevant or it's not something that you should pay attention to. It's more of the fact that, history, we always think of history as in the past, and that's the past is the past. But what I think we've been learning more and more, especially over the last 50 years, is that history is organic. We find out new things, and it changes all the time, and we learn things that we didn't know before. And I much rather have us learn than to be like, well, that's in the past and that's how it is, and we can't deviate from that. So that's kind of where I'm at with that.
And I agree with that, because some people will call it tradition, and you get looked down upon when you don't do traditional things. And unfortunately, that's the way all of the world society is tried to become, is just beyond traditional, instead of looking towards the future. And maybe some of the black sheep in the family, they're the ones that are right.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we also know, history is written by, and this, I don't think this has really much, well, it actually might have a lot to do with some of the Bible too. History is written by the victors, right?
There you go.
So, there's a lot, and that's a rabbit hole of its own. Let's do this. If anyone has any thoughts on it, give us a call, put it in the comments. I'd love to know. I mean, it's a theory, doesn't mean that they're right on it, but we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to also delve into question of the week and just continue our way into the final live show of 2024. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
If you own a holistic or metaphysical business and are looking to expand, then you need to be listed on metamorphosisconnections.com. It's a network where you can grow with like-minded practitioners and reach new clients. Metamorphosisconnections.com is an online directory you need to list yourself and your business. Our platform makes it easy for you to create listings of your products and services, and you can also choose to list your classes, events, and so much more. Metamorphosisconnections.com helps you create weekly and monthly promotional ads targeted towards your potential clients and promotes them for you via social media and newsletter. There are clients searching for your specialty right now. Let us help them find you. Start your listing today so you can share your own unique gifts and talents by finding the level of membership that best fits your needs. Let us help you reach your clients that are searching for what you do. Visit metamorphosisconnections.com and sign up today.
Have you ever met someone who not only can help you on a deep spiritual level, but also potentially change your life? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who travels the nation and lives right here in the Midwest. And she offers mediumship, mentorship, house and business parties, energy healing, palm readings, and so much more. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
Hi, this is Psychic Medium Deb. I cannot wait to hear from you. You can go to refineddivinepsychic.com.
Greg Bakun here. Like you, I love good, fresh, delicious food. So I want to tell you about this treasure in Roseville called Maverick's Real Roast Beef. Maverick's has the best roast beef sandwiches I've ever had. Made fresh every order. Add fries or onion rings dropped in the fryer when ordered, and you have a winning combination. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has a lot more than roast beef, so check out their website, mavericksbeef.com, or check out their restaurant on Lexington in Roseville.
Get ready to laugh out loud with Matt Matthews at the State Theater January 23rd. Hailing from Alabama, Matt is a stand-up comedian and social media sensation. He skyrocketed to fame during the pandemic with hilariously raw posts and videos. And now he's back on the road with his all-new show, Bougie on a Budget. Matt's comedy dives into his experiences as a gay man from the South, life on a farm, relationships, and more. Don't miss Matt Matthews at the State Theater in Minneapolis on January 23rd. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Casual Friday. Casual Friday. Casual Friday on GhostBox Radio.
And it is Casual Friday here on GhostBox Radio. Thank you for joining us as we head off into the sunset of 2024, hopefully to reemerge on the sunrise of 2025. Wasn't that beautiful, Adam?
That was a wonderful soliloquy to send us off. Thank you.
Should we just go off the air? Should we
All
just call it a day here? Let me. I can help with that here.
All right,
just
cool.
I can. I got the right music. So here we go. We're off. We're done.
All right, cool.
There
Peace.
we
Happy
go.
New Year, everybody.
Yep. We'll see you. We'll see you sometime in 2025. No, it's. Did you? I'm gonna put you on the spot because we didn't talk about this at all.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite episode? And it's not nothing against any guests. There doesn't mean that the other ones weren't as good or anything. Is there one that you just really thought this year that was pretty amazing?
The 3 nights you did in a row for the Enfield House.
You
That-
like
I enjoyed the crap out of that one. But my absolute favorite one, because I happened to be here and witness it, but it was mainly on the video stream, the Robert the Doll.
Oh gosh.
That was intense. That was one of the more intense interviews that I think we've had on this show and that you've had. I mean, he even flat out admitted, he's like, when you're like, are you answering all the questions? Well, maybe not.
I asked.
That to me was that was phenomenal. And the Scott County Jail episode,
Now
that was a great one.
You've done a great job of picking all 2023 episodes. So you're telling me that 2024 was a complete bust, huh?
Oh, they were all 2023. My bad.
I think maybe Miranda might have. No, I think Miranda was still 2023. No, I'm just giving you a hard time, of course.
I honestly couldn't tell you when any of them took place. I just remember how good they were.
They were good.
Those are definitely some of my favorites. Well, you know what? You had a good one this year, and I'm blanking.
I had one good one this year. That's great to hear.
No.
Okay.
We did the pet readings with Deb that one night.
That was interesting.
That was a blast.
Yeah.
And God, there was another one we had on, one of the authors, and why am I blanking on her name?
What did she write?
She's the one who works with Tom too.
Oh, Anna Marie Manella, another 2023 episode. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was 23.
Night Visitants. I was supposed to have her on in November, and then I had COVID. So we're going to probably look at her in February.
Right.
She has some new. We're going to talk about haunted objects. We're going to talk about with her.
Do us a giant favor and make sure it's not a night that I'm board hopping.
Well, I mean,
hopefully nightmares. Her books give me nightmares.
Those are scary moments. That's for sure.
They are. But God, what did we do in all those stand? And I'm pretty sure a couple of those were in 2024.
All right. So
that was a whole year, man.
The utmost the man who knows the most about GhostBox Radio, Adam Wettrick. Let's see here. Let's see if I can some ones that I really liked. I liked a lot. I mean, I like all of them. Don't get me wrong. It's just that some were just really interesting conversations, like the Alcatraz escape. I've enjoyed that one. Paul Blake Smith, every time he's been on, we had him on talking about the Nixon Gleason alien thing, the Eisenhower alien thing, JFK. He did the JFK episode in November. That was pretty phenomenal. I thought that those were fantastic. Let's see. We had Robert H. Edwards talking about DB Cooper and
Flight 305. Yes, that one was so good. I forgot all of it. I forgot that one was this year.
Yeah. And then we had Anthony F. Sanchez. He was on twice talking about UFOs and UAP. Let's see here. I'm cheating because I have my calendar out. So I'm reading through all of them. Let's see here. Casey Constant talking about past life regressions.
She brought up a good point that I actually kind of want to get a reading or a past life regression done by her. She brought up a couple of really good points that made me think. So I definitely want to peep her out again.
She is phenomenal. We had Tim Rayburn on a couple times. We're going to play his Christmas episode next week. Remember, we had Tim Dennis on.
Yes.
Jim Harold was on. Let's see here. Morgan Knudsen was on a couple times, and she was phenomenal. Same with Lyle Blackburn. We talked with Jesse Beltran. I'm not going to talk about what he talked about because the last time we did, we got kicked off of YouTube. So we're not going to
like you, Jesse.
We're not going to talk about that one. Same with Bill Brendel. We're not going to talk about what he did. Let's see. We had Constance Victoria Briggs talking about moon bases and what's going on with the moon. So I mean, we did the Shroud of Turin this year as well.
That was a great episode. I forgot that was this year. I was thinking that was last Christmas.
I had that for Easter.
That's why I had that place at a holiday.
Right. We had Steve Schenken on talk about stealing Lincoln's corpse. That was a good one. The plot to steal his corpse, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
this has been a fun year. We even had folks like Dustin Perry on. Remember, that was way back. We had Dustin Perry on because he did that talk here at the Fitzgerald Theater.
That's right. You know what? I know who my favorite guest of the year was. Ernie Pack.
Is it gonna be from 2022? Okay,
No,
who did you say? Ernie Pack?
Ernie, he was my favorite.
Oh, God.
I'm trying to score some brownie points.
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, if he was here, he would have been all over the comments. So,
oh yeah, but I know he'll listen to it back. So,
yeah, well, yeah,
there's nothing else going on.
It already makes a scraping sound when he comes into every room because his ego is scraping against the door, the door angles there. So, yeah,
I thought it would be just because his blood had solidified from all the Coca-Cola he drinks.
Yeah, he is. I mean, him and we both are contenders for diabetes of the year. That's for sure. Man, it's hopefully 2025 will, for me at least, kind of
drink a Monster.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, I mean, we're just trying to keep going, right? I mean, that's really what it comes down to.
But this has vitamins in it and something with the starts with a T that I can't pronounce. So
yeah, I'm sure that's natural.
That's probably better than the Mountain Dew bottles and Pepsi bottles and that are all over the place.
Yeah, they are. They
actually you did clean up that mound that was going on in the office. Thank you for that.
The problem is I don't know where to put them because there is not a reliable trash system at AM 950. And so, so I always wait because I always put them into the studio because I know that gets empty. Which, folks, if you're curious to know where that is, it's right behind Adam. You can see it on the video feed. That's where I throw my trash. If you've always wondered where I throw my trash, it's right there. All right. Question of the week.
It's also where we keep Patrick.
Yeah, right. When he says the weather wrong, we put him in the corner. Let's see here. Question of the week. Last one of the year. Christmas.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's timely. It's a very timely question. What was the best Christmas gift you ever received and why? Whether it was something material or something unique, we want to know the why that gift or gesture meant so much to you. If you would like to answer, put it into the comments and let us know. I'd love to know what you think. What was a great Christmas gift? Material, not material, it doesn't matter. I don't care. I just want to know what meant a lot to you. And you can also call in 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. So a couple really interesting here. Diana says she got a transatlantic cruise. It was gifted Christmas of 2019. She also had a Bahamas cruise, was gifted that year. Can I be part of your family? However, Bahamas was canceled due to a pandemic since it was 2020 cruise, but the transatlantic in 2021 was a go. Best surprise, awesome trip. A lot of numbers in that response. So I've never been gifted a cruise, and that's fine. I don't need to be, but I'm glad that I know Diana's all about the cruises. She loves the cruises. So
I don't blame her. I've been on one and can't wait to do it again.
I mean, I only heard good things about it. And if you're like me and like to eat everything in sight, then the cruise is the way to go.
Dude, the buffet was all you can eat. It was rotating like every 4 hours. There's a bunch of different stuff. Oh my God.
Well, and then on a cruise, of course, it's going to be the best food. It's not going to be Old Country Buffet. It's going to be high quality.
It was delectable.
Yeah. No, it sounds amazing. Cheryl Lynn says, my favorite Christmas gift was my Christmas puppy that I adopted because his family left him at the shelter. Well, they don't deserve him. As simple as that. They didn't deserve him. And your puppy was able to be rehomed with someone who is going to love him forever. So that's all there is to say about that. Shar, that you might have heard in such radio programs as this one, had said, since 3 of my kids were born in December, I would consider them my best gifts ever. That's nice.
Yes, that is very sweet.
That's very nice. Lisa, and this is very sweet as well. My partner who passed away last year would write me a Christmas-themed love letter every year. I always looked forward to them. I have everything he ever wrote me tucked away for safekeeping.
Oh, that's lovely.
That's
Is beautiful.
That's beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. It's very important. Someone you might know, Danielle says, my daughter made a paper Christmas tree with her handprint in it, pattern after one I had made when I was little. My parents cried. I cried happy tears.
Yeah, I remember when she got that. That was fun.
That's nice. That's so sweet. Now, Adam, what did you wrote? And I just figured, I'm not going to read what you wrote, like out loud. You can tell us yourself.
I had two, and both of them were very useful gifts. So, my mother, when I was a kid, she always had, the toys, all the cool stuff, I'd get for Christmas or whatever. But as I got older, the Christmas gifts got a little, really, Mom, type of things. But when I first started in radio at the age of like 15, she got me this Indianapolis Colts coffee mug because I'm originally from Indiana and the Colts are still my team to this day. And I still use that coffee mug.
Oh, that's nice.
And I'm 44 now, so I've had that coffee mug for almost 30 years, and I still use it. And then the other thing is, a few years ago, when I was a news and sports director in the early 2000s in Northfield, my wife bought me a digital recorder because I was old school. I was walking around with a cassette recorder,
sure,
and because that's all I really had. She bought me an Olympus digital recorder that, if you see me out doing any of the events with Greg and Shar, that a little Olympus recorder is the one Danny got me, and it is still very useful, and I still use it to this day.
And there's no reason why not to. It's Olympus is a great name, great brand. So perfect. And before you knew you're going to be doing this.
Yeah, it was for my job at KYMN in Northfield.
Fortuitous.
Very much so.
Fortuitous. It takes me a while to figure out technology. I remember Casino Royale, the 2006 Daniel Craig film, which I love. I think it might be my favorite of the Bond films. And Vesper Lynn, she is kind of has this device that and it's not a pager, but she's like sending messages, like typing out the messages and sending it to the bosses and stuff, telling them what's going on. And it's nothing more than like a BlackBerry.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know what the hell that was at the time. So I thought this is some kind of MI5 sort of technology here. And it's just like, and it's like, I don't believe this. And it's like, no, it's real, Greg.
That's a BlackBerry device. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
those were fun devices though.
They were. I had a BlackBerry for a while. And there's just something about it. And now everybody has some kind of smartphone. So
yeah, the BlackBerry had to go by the wayside, but that was a fun device.
It was. I mean, at the something at least with the iPhones is that you can click on a button and it gives you that sort of fake sort of like click, and the internal of the phone kind of moves to actually feels like that there's something physical going on. But it is what it is, I guess. I don't know.
I had a lot less typos with a BlackBerry than I do with the digital board.
When I had the BlackBerry, I could type like this with two fingers and pretty quickly. Now with the iPhone, I'm just one finger.
A real hunt and peck type thing, yeah.
Totally. Yeah. So, if anyone else wants to share theirs, I'm going to see if any more had come through. Continue. Let us know. If you let us know what your favorite thing that you received for Christmas. What makes you happy and that you received, whether it's just being able to go to a Christmas party or a gift or whatever else. When we come back, we can read more of that. If there's anything else you want to talk about, put it in the comments. Otherwise, I have some interesting news stories I'd like to read, but it's Casual Friday. Whatever's on your mind, share it with us. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Are you one of thousands of individuals who know you have psychic abilities but don't know how to tap into your higher self? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who offers classes that can help you reach your goals. Refined Divine holds classes Monday and Thursday at her 2 locations and via Zoom. Classes consist of manifestation, learning psychic abilities, shadow work, and healing trauma. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
This is Psychic Medium Deb. You can go to refinedivinepsychic.com.
Reach your highest level of consciousness and well-being with metamorphosisconnections.com. Metamorphosisconnections.com is an online directory of the best holistic and metaphysical practitioners to help you make your most informed choices. You can search metamorphosisconnections.com for classes, events, wellness and life coaches, plus metaphysical products and shops. You can also search for a wide array of healers from all modalities, including EFT, sound healing, energy healing, light therapy, ancestral healing, shamanic healing, reflexology, past life regressions, hypnotherapy, yoga, and more. And if you're not sure where to start, the search feature on metamorphosisconnections.com is tailored to help both those who know what they are looking for and those who are just starting. Come explore the possibilities for your higher self by visiting metamorphosisconnections.com. Their experienced practitioners can guide both beginners and those that are already on their spiritual journey. That's metamorphosisconnection.com, your link to direct you on your spiritual transformation.
Hi everyone, Matt McNeil here. 4 years ago, we came out with the first AM 950 calendar. Now get ready for the 5th edition. It's the 2025 AM 950 calendar, featuring photos I've taken across Minnesota, plus important dates in both progressive and AM 950 history. All new and current sustaining members who make a recurring donation of $10 will receive an AM 950 2025 calendar as a thank you. If you make a monthly recurring contribution of $25 or more, you'll receive a thank you of both the AM 950 calendar and a signed copy of Tom Hartman's latest book. Make a one-time $30 donation, you'll get a calendar as a thank you, or make a one-time $100 donation, you'll receive both the AM 950 calendar and a signed Tom Hartman book as a thank you. It's really simple to become a member of AM 950. Go to our webpage, am950radio.com. Click on the membership button and sign up. The website has all the details on the different levels, the 2025 calendar, and Tom's book. Thank you to everyone who over the last 5 years has continued to help support AM 950, one of the last true progressive radio stations in the country. Thanks for keeping AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota, on the air.
Casual Friday. Casual Friday. Casual Friday on GhostBox Radio.
And join us Monday on GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun as we start 2 weeks of best of episodes where each segment is a different excerpt from a different episode. Monday, we're going to play excerpts from Joseph Stewart about his experiences from his book, Demons, A Secular Look. We're going to replay from Erica Lukes sharing her thoughts on the original round of UAP congressional hearings from July of 2023, and Robert Robinson talking about the sounds of Bigfoot as we play some of the stuff that we had picked out. And spoiler alert, he totally shot down, but it's still a fun conversation. We'll be posting the schedule of the whole week on all social media pages, but it's only going to be played on AM 950 Radio Live. It's not going to be podcasted. It's not going to be a video stream as well. So if you'd like to check these out, and these are really good. These are fun to listen to because they are great, just little samples of some really good interviews, and we just keep making them and we just keep playing them. So check it out for sure. And also, I just want to remind everybody, because we haven't talked about it in a while, that let's see here. If you're looking to get someone still an awesome gift, you're not sure what, get a GhostBox Radio t-shirt. They're made by Gritty Gear, who is a sponsor of the show. They make high quality apparel. You go to grittygearco.com to just see their own designs, or you can create a design and have them printed, or for your work or whatever else. They do a lot of good stuff. They made t-shirts for AM 950 this year, which are phenomenal. They're making the GhostBox Radio t-shirts, which are phenomenal. We have 4 designs and they look great. Go to the AM 950 Radio Facebook page or the GhostBox Radio Facebook page to go and order your shirt. I just put post up there about how to go about getting the shirt. There's a GhostBox Radio page on Gritty Gear, but you can get through it through the post that I put up there. So lots of stuff. Please, I'd love to go to some of these events and hopefully see some of you wear some of our shirts. They're really nice, Adam has a shirt.
I do. Hold on. Is that my undershirt today? Hold on.
Are you dressing on?
No, I wasn't sure if that was my undershirt today. Either one of the ones that from Gritty Gear that I have. I've got our Alien shirt, which says I'd like to get to know you.
Yes.
And then I also have our AM 950 shirt, which I thought was absolutely amazing. Both the shirts we have are that I've got are amazing. The next one I'm actually picking up is going to be the Bigfoot one. I like I like the Bigfoot one a lot.
I shouldn't be laughing because I created them, so it's kind of churlish of me to be like, yes, they are amazing, but I do like them too. I'll just be honest, I do like them.
They are fun shirts, and yeah, you can pick them up. And also, if you're feeling generous, and it's only $3 a month, less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks or wherever, you can also hit up Greg's Patreon. And you can get all kinds of past episodes, just not from 2023 and 2024, but you can go back, about 10, 15 years?
10 years with all the radio stuff. And I've been a little slow putting them up there, but we just entered the AM 950 era. But all my Para X radio, KCOR radio, all that stuff is out there now. And the thing about these paranormal radio shows, they don't age. Really, they're good conversations that you can go back, listen to, like Wanda Kay talking about Bobby Mackey's music.
Yeah,
both are gone now. Wanda Kay has passed a long time ago. Bobby Mackey's is gone now. I mean, it's worth listening because that was a special place, and it's gone. Possibly the energy is still there when they rebuild, but so there's some really good conversations, good topics and stuff there, and it's patreon.com/GhostBox Radio. Like I said, it's low as $3 a month. Really would appreciate it because basically they don't pay us here, so it goes to help with different sorts of fees. And also I use it a lot to buy books that I could read for the guests that are coming on and stuff. Not everyone's always giving you copies, so
that should be a prerequisite for any guest.
And some are good, some just don't. But it's what it is, and I don't want that to be a reason to stop getting a good guest on either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, going back to your Wanda Kay interview, that one's a great one because what you see on the shows is not what she talks about in that interview. Wanda was someone who spent a lot of time at Bobby Mackey's because she worked at Bobby Mackey's.
She sure did.
That's a great interview. If you want to hear a whole different side of Bobby Mackey's music world that was never on any of the TV shows, the only way to get it is to go on that Patreon. Only $3 a month. It's a great deal.
It is a great deal, and it supports me. If you don't do it, I don't know if I can eat. No, I'm just kidding. But it's not. Here's the thing about Wanda Kay also is we went out to Newport, Kentucky. We were shooting our web series out there, and she got us into Bobby Mackey's, but then she also got us into the location that we did the web series. I never put out the episode. It was an old Masonic lodge, and that this guy owns it. And I'm sure I told this before, but I'm recording him on video, and Nicole Hopla is walking with him, and we're talking, and he's pointing out things about this location. It's a pretty dark location, to be perfectly honest. And he's walking, and he's just like looks down on the ground and goes, "That's where I murdered a man." And we're just like, huh? And he's like, "Yeah, no, I did my time, but I shot somebody right there." And it's like, and trust me, I did not feel like, well, he's going to do the same to us. It's more of though, just like, wow, okay. And there's reasons for it. I'm not here to say whether they're right reasons or not, but he had reasons for it, and it just happened. And that's, I don't know about you, Adam, but that's what I love about doing the stuff that we do, when it's not even talking about paranormal, but it's talking with people, interviewing people, and you start getting stuff out of them that you didn't expect. And David L. Sloan is a great example. That's Robert the Doll that we're talking about. And I did ask, because he's a good guy, very good guy, and gave us a lot of his time, but you could just see he was really off.
Oh yeah.
And I asked him point blank, does the doll control you? And and it wasn't an answer of like, whoa, what? It was I don't know, possibly.
Yeah, it really was. And if you go back and watch that video, I swear you look him in the eyes, and sometimes that wasn't David.
No, absolutely. And that's one of the things that I think is so incredible about this program, because we're doing it every night. We're getting paranormal activity on the show. You talked about the jail with Miranda Young, and that's always probably one of my favorites, is when she is talking about you can hear voices and stuff. And when she said that, we heard voices and stuff. I mean, we got EVPs live on the air. She didn't hear it. We had to point it out to her, and she went back and listened. But sure enough, there were voices, and they weren't her, and she was all by herself, because that's what we said. It's like, are you by yourself over there? And she's like, yeah. Like, we're hearing voices.
And it's not the first time we've captured it. We had the owner of the station, Chad Larson, Char Savoy, on before we did the Halloween episode. And we heard whistling in the background during the first segment.
Yep, absolutely. And it even goes to myth or mystery. We had a woman, I forget the name of the house, that she not a caretaker, but she's like a tour guide, and we had her record, and I recorded the video with her. So I just was off screen. On StreamYard, I took myself off, just her, and she was basically talking about children, and in the background you hear this child say like hello or something like that. And when I went back and listened to it, I'm like, well, I don't remember that. And we went back and I asked her, did you have your children in the house? She goes, no, we purposely made sure my husband took them outside. And I played it for her, and she's just like, yeah, no, it's not possible for us to hear them from being outside. So man, it's incredible. And it just all it takes is people just listening a little bit more. And if you hear something, don't be afraid to be like, what was that? What happened there?
Like we had Moon Girl on earlier in the week, or last week, I believe it was. Yeah, it was last week. We had Moon Girl on. Heard something in the background to hit you up in the little message thing. Comes to find out, you could just hear things coming from, her neighbors or whatnot. But still, it was the fact that, oh, wait, I heard something in the headphones. And for all we know, the next time we hear something in our headphones, it could be another disembodied voice.
We talk about it so often. I mean, every night we're talking about it. We're not conjuring it, but we are talking about it. Therefore, it can manifest. So, it's not impossible that we're getting in it. I think we've told the story a number of times of how when we're in the studio together, stuff always happens, including just like we can't see each other between the window from the studio I'm in and the control room that Adam's in, because it gets dark in there.
Yeah, the black mass that comes through every time we mention like concentration camps or the Holocaust, a couple of times in a row, there's this black mass that rolls through, and it's just like I couldn't see Greg for a sec.
Absolutely. And even stuff like with Anthony Sanchez, that first night that he was on, and he's talking about all this government stuff, and then these alarms start going off in his house.
Yeah, that was nuts. Again, we went to break, and it's like, no, there's nothing going on. But yeah, that was crazy. That's right. He had just finished mentioning something about a disclosure, and then all those alarms started rolling.
Absolutely. The question of the week is, what was the best Christmas gift you ever received, and why? Whether it was something material or something unique. We want to know the why behind the gesture, or the gesture meant so much to you. And Jill Jade has posted, and not all of it, unfortunately. So we don't have it all here, Jill. But my favorite was my puppy. My boyfriend, later husband, and his family picked out a little guy from the shelter said he had fallen asleep in his arms like it was meant to be, so knew he was the one, but weren't able to bring him home till after New Year's, so they wrapped a ceramic bowl with a dog face painted on. I said, "Oh, thanks, cool bowl." They said, "Look under." They taped a real pic of our puppy under it. It took me a whole minute to get it. I was happy, elated, couldn't wait for him to come home. There's more to it. If you, Jill, if you want to put the rest in there, I think there's just a limit to characters, but we certainly get the gist of how awesome that is.
That is very cool.
And I love the fact too is like, thanks for the bowl. You know, that's great. You want me to put my cereal in this? This is ridiculous. Yeah.
Oh my god, that is a good way to do it. If you
It
can't
is.
have the puppy right there, it's like, give him a little hint.
Yeah, right. I love how people get very creative with gifts. You know, they get very creative with a lot of stuff, and geez, this is the time to do it. And I think the one thing is, I think back to my mom, and I think back to how all she wanted, really all she ever wanted, was to see us happy. And if I ever were to learn one thing from her, and I've learned billions of things from her, but if I were to learn one thing from her, it would be that the joy of making them happy. So basically, Jill says, funny part prior to all this, I mentioned I wanted a baby soon. He said, let's try a puppy first, then go from there. I didn't get my baby till 6 years later, but my dog was definitely my first baby for me. Greatest Christmas gift ever. Still got signs. He's around in spirit. Sometimes I believe love is forever. My dear friends, it's the end of our show. Adam, thank you for everything this year. Really appreciate it. I hope you had a good time.
Had a great time. Can't wait to do it more in 2025.
Absolutely. Best of starting next week. Everyone, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Stay in touch. We'll be back January 6th. Everyone, take care.
Come see the trained chimp